Hello everybody, welcome to Chrono Trigger Any Percent No LSS tutorial part 3, where we're gonna cover all the way from before Magus Castle to, I am estimating, maybe around past Pre-Tyranno. So this is gonna be a really action-packed section, so recommend you to get your notes out, whatever you've been following for the boss patterns guide, and let's get to this. During the first two parts, first part we went from the start until after our series, and then we went from after our series all the way until before Magus Castle. So let's pick it up here. As I explained in the past tutorial, but I'm gonna just say it again. If you're not on the right RNG before Magus Castle, you wanna just make a save. You wanna reload, and you wanna load between 1.5 and 2.4 seconds on the title screen in order to get the correct RNG. If you're on the right RNG, you can make a safety save if you want, but it's not like... I mean, I would just recommend going for it. If you're on the right RNG, you should be good for Flea. Pretty hard to mess up before Flea. So yeah. Magus Castle. Oh boy. This is one of the areas that's... I've seen newer runners struggle the most. Like, I think this is where the game... Not that the beginning of the game is easy by any means, but this is where most runners I've heard that they've been struggling at first. And I can say it's still an area where I struggle. Not a lot, but you know, a bit. Especially after Slash, which is like, it's a pretty technical area, not gonna lie. Just wanna go into the Slash room, go out, go into the Flea room, go out. You can do this in any order. I think it's a little bit faster to do the Slash room first, if I'm not mistaken. So you wanna do that. I just wanna go out. Just run through the castle. The characters right now don't trigger any fights, so we're good for now. Trigger this. And we're gonna get Aussie. He's gonna tell us how we need to fight 100 fights in Magus Castle. Well, don't worry, this is a speedrun. And including bosses, we're gonna fight a total of 7 fights in Magus Castle. This one, Flea, Slash, the 2 fights, the 2 outlaw to bird fight, and then the 4 juggler fight, that makes 5, and then Aussie Magus, and that's it. So we're not gonna be fighting much. Okay, so in order to know if you're on the right RNG or if you made the right reload, here's where you check. If Frog gets hit by Crimson Rain for 45 or 46, both of them are fine, you're on the right RNG. So if you made your load correctly, 46, bam, you're on the right RNG. Just an extra check. That means we're on the right RNG. And you want to make sure Frog gets Slurp here. You want to make sure to set him to Slurp while the rocket roll's going, because he's gonna be doing a next strike, one of the later fights, the 4 juggler fight, in a few minutes. So here comes a menu. We're gonna go fight Flea, but first we need to do a quick menu. So open your menu, give Chrono the power scarf, unequip Frog, give Frog the ruby vest, and give Frog the berserker. So power scarf on Chrono, unequip Frog's helm, ruby vest on Frog, and berserker on Frog. Close your menu. Pretty simple menu. You need to remember to do this. Frog needs to have berserker for Flea. You wanna just run by these enemies. If you touch them, they'll trigger a fight, even if you don't talk to them. So, and yeah, you wanna start the first part of the Flea fight. So to this, don't hit any button. Frog's gonna attack, and you wanna do Chrono Slash. So after Frog attacks, do the Chrono Slash to set Chrono to Slash. This is not 100% necessary, but it's gonna be helpful for Chrono Slash we're gonna do in a little bit. Wait, that isn't Flea. That's the real Flea. The Flea fight's pretty easy. Basically what you wanna do is, because of the RNG pattern, Flea's gonna get stuck into her own animation because Frog and Flea have the same speed. So Frog's attack's gonna go through, but Flea's attack isn't gonna go through. So basically you wanna wait for Frog to attack 16 times. So Flea's gonna attack Chrono first for 49, sorry. So here's the fight. Flea attacks Chrono, 49, and then Frog's gonna attack 16 times. And how are you gonna know? You can count the 16 attacks. or you can wait for Frog to hit a 154, which is attack number 11. Let's see in a bit. I wanna just select Robo because Robo's gonna be the one that's gonna attack after. So basically, you're just waiting a little bit, waiting for the 154. Once you see a 154, including the 154, it's a 4 attacks and then 1 crit. So when you see Frog attack 4 times in a row and then do a crit, that means you should attack with Robo. So right now we haven't seen the 154 yet. So you keep going. See, that's 154, that's 1. 152, that's 2. 155, 3. 152 again, that's 4. After this one, we're gonna do Robo attack, Chrono Slash. So, Robo attack, Chrono Slash. Yep. And then we wait for Frog. And then you attack with Chrono while Frog's critting. Pretty simple fight, you can follow in the boss patterns as well. Yeah, this is the way you do it. Chrono ends with an 80 always, pretty simple. There's not much to it. And then you just run away from Flea's room. And we're gonna go to Slash. So that's Flea, pretty easy. Not much major to it. Slash is kind of hard to explain in a tutorial setting. Just because of the large amount of attacks you need to do. So I'm just gonna go through the fight. I'm gonna be mentioning stuff. But you can follow the boss patterns guide to get a better understanding of what you need to do. I'm gonna be mentioning and I'm following it right now. But just because of the large amount of attacks, it's like 80 attacks or something in the whole fight. It's gonna be hard for me to like pause and note stuff. So I'm just gonna go through the fight cleanly, explain sort of what you need to do, and then just continue. Before that, we have this fight though. This is the 5 Decadent fight. So for this one, we need to attack the kind of... Wait for Frog to do an attack, and after Frog does his attack, slash the bottom left. It's very important for you not to move your cursor until Frog attacks. If you move your cursor before Frog attacks, you're gonna get trolled, and you wanna do a slash here. So after Frog attacks there, you wanna make sure you move fast and do the slash and hit both of them. So pretty easy fight. Wait for Frog to attack, slash bottom left, Frog attacks, and then slash the 2 on the right. And then slash. As I said, slash is pretty simple, you just need to follow the script. But there's just so many attacks. I'm just gonna show you how the fight is gonna go cleanly, so you can follow it. So yeah. So let's make just a couple saves. I mean, you can mess up slash, but the thing about slash is, okay, here's what I'm gonna say before the fight. If you mess up slash, please don't reset. You can easily get through this fight. Just use Robo as a healing tank and keep attacking with Chrono and Frog. It's really not a hard fight. And Frog has Cure Beam, which is really good, so what you want to do here is you want to wait for the Frog attack and then Chrono Slash as well during the same animation, okay? Remember what I've been saying during like Masamune and stuff? You want to do stuff during animation. Attack slash hits Robo, and then Robo rocket punches, input it during the animation. Same here, Frog attack, Chrono Slash again. And we're gonna wait again for Frog to get his attack and Chrono Slash as well. So you can see the pattern right now. And then Slash will attack us and Robo will rocket punch. And then Frog attacks and Chrono Slashes. After the here, you want to start holding X. You want to hold X just for one attack. Robo's going to attack here. Then you're going to stop holding X. And you're going to wait for the Frog attack, Chrono Slash again. The reason why we're doing those Robo attacks is to try to advance the RNG a little bit. So Frog gets all the crits. And then we're gonna do Frog attack, Chrono attack, Robo attack. So after Frog attacks, hold X. Just keep holding X here. Chrono will attack, and then Robo will attack, and then that's it. Stop holding X, because if you don't stop holding X, Chrono's gonna attack before Frog, and that's bad. And that's the first part of the fight. So yeah, that's the first part of the fight, pretty simple. The second part of the fight is a little bit harder, in my opinion. Not that much harder, but just a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna wait for the frog attack and you're gonna heal Chrono. So during the frog attack animation, you're gonna heal Chrono. And then Slash is gonna attack and Chrono's gonna mid-tonic Frog. And Frog's gonna attack. You're not gonna attack with Robo. And you're gonna wait for Frog to attack again. Slash is gonna hit us and we're not gonna attack. After this, it's very important after this Slash attack to do Frog attack, Chrono attack, Robo attack. You cannot just hold X because if you do Frog attack, Robo attack, then Chrono attack, the RNG is gonna mess up. You need to do Frog, Chrono, Robo after this. So Frog, Chrono, Robo. You cannot hold X here because if not, Chrono's gonna attack after Frog. So you wanna wait for Frog and then do Chrono. You can hold X here after this for a little bit, just for this attack. Slash is gonna attack you. And then Robo is gonna attack once, and then you're gonna stop holding X. And we're gonna get into this like little part where you don't do anything. You're gonna get hit once. Frog's gonna attack twice. And here you're gonna wait until Chrono gets hit, which is actually 2 attacks. And when Chrono gets hit, you're gonna heal him. So we're gonna wait. Oh, he gets hit. Boom, mid-tonic on him. And we're gonna keep waiting. We're gonna wait. We're not gonna do anything right now. Wait for Frog. He's gonna get hit. Gonna wait for Frog again. He's gonna get hit again. And after this, we're actually gonna attack now with our other character. So he's gonna get hit. Now we're gonna do Frog, Robo, Chrono. Now we do Frog, Robo, Chrono. Actually pretty simple. Then we're gonna wait for Slash. I mean, we don't need to wait. He's gonna attack us. And then Frog, Chrono. So Frog, hold X, Chrono, and then keep holding X for Robo. That's it. After this, you don't need to do anything else until the very end. So stop holding X. Just wait. The fight's already beaten at this point. You're gonna wait. You're gonna just position yourself on tech. And after Frog, when Frog is hitting, you're gonna want to do a Chrono Slash. That's gonna make sure Chrono is set to Slash and not to mid-tonic, and this is gonna be kind of important for later on. So at the end of the fight, after Frog does his last attack, or during Frog's last attack, sorry, you wanna do Chrono Slash. Okay, so that's basically the Slash fight. As I said, you can check the script on chrono.wiki.com. You can check it on the main route. You can check my boss planner's guide on their strategies. You can follow whichever one you want. They're the same. We just use a little bit of different format. I'm following my notes. It's called ElGranJerry's boss pattern guide, some of their strategies. That's basically what I'm doing. But yeah, so right now we're gonna grab the Slasher and we're gonna go over here. We're gonna equip the Slasher, equip the Magic Scarf on Chrono, and equip the Hero Medal on Frog. So Slasher on Chrono, Magic Scarf on Chrono, Hero Medal on Frog. I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna Shelter. Now, you need to change your team to Marl, but I'm not gonna do it. Why? It's recommended for newer runners to don't change your team until the first fight where you need to change your team, before the first fight. Because if you get into any extra battles, Robo's way more helpful for those extra battles. Okay? So just keep Robo in your team for now. If you feel comfortable putting Marl from now, you can put Marl from now if you feel comfortable not getting into any extra battles. But yeah. Just head out. Oh, I didn't mention, but we want to make sure we grab both of the meat eaters when we're going to Slash and to Flee. I did grab them, but I just didn't talk about it. They're gonna be key. Okay, we're gonna just hold up and we're gonna run away from these next 4 fights. So hold L and R, enter the menu, wait, run away. Here you can just time them yourself, you know, make a save state. How long do I need to hold? Okay. Some fights require longer to hold, some fights require a little bit shorter. I usually just play it safe, you know. Might lose like a second in all 4 fights, but just make sure you run away without getting hit. If you get hit, it shouldn't change much of the RNG, but it can, so I guess it just depends on which fight it is. But yeah, I mean, you don't really need the RNG. It just makes it faster. You sort of needed it for Flea, and it's gonna be really nice for Magus, but yeah, you can get through this. No problemo. Okay, so now the real part of Magus Castle starts. Magus Castle is pretty technical. I recommend you to make a few safety saves. Preferably like one in each room, not gonna lie. And just practice the whole rooms. This is the guillotine room. You cannot hold forward here, you're gonna get caught. After the spark animation goes, you can go fast. So just go through the guillotine room. And you can try to make like a first cycle. I was a little bit slower, so my team had to wait. But you know, you can just go as fast as possible here. Oh, I got hit. Below. If you get hit, doesn't change anything. The only thing is that at the end, like before Magus, you gotta take a shelter. That's the only thing. Doesn't change anything regarding RNG and whatnot. I'm just gonna play it safe here. You can make a fast guillotine cycle, which would be one cycle before this. So just, I mean, practice it. It's kind of tough, but saves like a second. Okay. Now, these are the stairs. The stairs are one of the most technical areas in Magus Castle. This one's pretty easy. You can see those rollies moving. Well, if you stand still, they're not gonna attack you. So after they go through you, yeah. And this is called poly skip or rolly skip. When they are like on the right of the ladder, you can just like go through them. I'm gonna show this room again. Just go up. Make sure to hold diagonal in the ladder to run faster, please. There, I actually started moving before him, so you can actually trigger him if you try to run through him, okay? So just play it safe, be careful. Just wait after he goes through you, go through, and then you can do the poly skip here, just like that. And now this is the trap room. The trap room, yeah, you can see there are traps. You fall down, you don't want to do this. The way through here is right, down, right. You can just like go through here and just up. So I'm just gonna try to show you a little bit better. If you have the practice room, you can see actually the markings on the floor where the traps are. But I'm just gonna show you the fast way. You just wanna hold right here, hold down until you get like past this and just hold right. Then you can see right now there's like 5 markings on the floor, like to the right of Chrono. Frog standing on the first marking and there's 5 markings on the floor. You wanna make sure to stand on the third one. Hold up until 1 marking on the center, 2 markings on the center, and just hold right. And then you can just run. So this is like the easy way, you know, you can take some diagonals and stuff, but I usually just take it like this just to play it safe, just, you know, no biggie, you can just practice it. I usually take it walking during rounds because I'm pretty nervous. I just run through here and just walk here and then just, you know, you can do it however you want. Just make sure, you know where the traps are. Now this next part is the hard part of Magus Castle. This is the second bird stairs. Oh my god, this is hard. There's a rolly despawn here. I'm not gonna show the rolly despawn here because I'm kind of on a rush to make this tutorial before some stuff happens, and I couldn't get it. If you wanna make sure how to do this room optimally, this next room optimally, you wanna go over to YouTube and search for red slashes, any percent no LSS world record, and he actually does a despawn of a rolly, which saves around 4 seconds. So if you want to learn that, you can tune into his video. It's all about speed, but he also has some position-based things. You can also ask on the Discord server, and people will be more than likely to help you. So yeah, I'm just gonna show the normal way through to here, not the fastest way, sadly. This is one of the 2 things I'm not gonna show, the fastest method. The other one was Ari's Dome, Bug Room, and this one. So overall, this tutorial will be like 5 seconds slower than an optimal, but yeah. Hold left here, make sure you run up here. Wait for this guy, make sure to hold up. You need, oh no, that was my bad. You don't need to get that close to him. Yeah, if you get too close to him, he's gonna trigger you. I'm just gonna play the normal way, so just hold up here. Hold up here, make sure you actually touch the top before you start holding left. So you can skip them. You want to wait for this guy, then you want to just turn around, and Robo's gonna make like a barrier with him. Marl can also make that barrier. Yeah, that was my bad. Yeah, as you can see, this is kind of a hard room. I'm holding up too late. Probably emulator delay, but yeah. You can see this room's actually pretty easy to mess up. And these extra battles are pretty annoying. My 255 PB got into an extra battle here, and I actually lost like 3 minutes. 2 minutes here, sorry. More like 140, but yeah. Just hold up. Get through this. Try it one more time. You wanna make sure you buffer left at the start because this first bird is moving in a cycle against you. So make sure you buffer left at the start. If you don't buffer it, then you're as I said, you can get, if you want to see the faster cycle and the despawn of the last rolly, you can check the 90% world record by Red Slash. 248 at the moment. My PB is only 251. Okay, so we're gonna get past this room. This is one of the hardest room. I really recommend you to grind it maybe like half an hour at least before the first round. This is a really hard room to get consistently down and skip all the battles. But if you get into a battle, they're actually pretty long battles, so we're gonna get through this room. And here's one where you want to change your team. So you want to put Marl on your team. If you have Marl on your team already, that's fine. If you don't have her, then you want to put her right now. And this fight actually has two ways to do it. The way if you're on the right RNG and the fast way, and the other way you can use if you're not on the right RNG. So if you're on the right RNG, you can use this method, okay? You want to make sure to hold X first, hold X, then make sure to frog attack right. So frog attacks, right. You want to make sure to hold X, so Chrono attacks, and then frog will attack the guy on the right. So hold X, and then frog attacks the guy on the right. Then Marl attacks the guy on the left, and then make sure to input this Chrono slash fast on the guy on the left, bottom left. Because if the guy on the top left dies before you input the slash, your cursor's gonna get messed up, and you're gonna fail. And then you just slash the bottom right. I'm just gonna do that one more time. This is the way you need, the optimal way to do this fight. And then you frog attack right, Marl attack the top left, you slash the guy on the bottom left. And then you just mash. And you're gonna get the Chrono slash out. That's the fast way. If you wanna do, if you're not on the right RNG and you're not sure if you're gonna get the crits, what you can do is you wanna do Chrono slash, bottom left, frog slurp cut, top right. No, frog slurp cut, sorry, you're gonna slash bottom left, frog slurp cut, top left, frog slurp cut, top right, and then Chrono slash. You wanna make sure you do slash slurp cut slash in order to try to, you know, keep because usually you don't deviate too much from the RNG. So if you're trying to do the other method, you might want to just try to get on the RNG. If you do Chrono slash slurp cut slash slurp cut, you might actually lose the RNG there. So if you're gonna do the backup, you know, slash slurp cut slash. Now you want to do this method, hold X, frog attack right, Marl attack top left, Chrono slash bottom left, Chrono slash bottom right. On the notes, that's why I'm just going kind of too fast to this. You want to make sure you run away from this fight. So just open your menu, run away. So yeah, this game made so you can run away from two fights, but not... you cannot run away from two fights, but you can run away from the one in the middle, so... You want to make sure you put Luke on your team before this fight. Sorry, before this fight. This was way too close. You should put Luke on your team before. And then you want to do the... There are also two strats here. I'm going to show you the fastest one. So you want to make sure you mash A right now. So Chrono gets his slash out, so mash A. Frog's gonna hold X. Luca's already on fire, so you just want to mash A as well. Okay, if Chrono gets his slash out, you want to make sure to Luca kill the bottom right guy. So you want to fire the guy that's, you know, not like that. And then you want to make sure to Luca fire the guy that hasn't taken damage yet, which is in this case this one. And then you want to X-strike the guy on the top. This is not the way this fight usually goes. Like, the enemies you attack are different, but this is like the normal way of the fight. It all depends on your slash speed at the start. So, you know, slash here, hold X, mash A. You see, Luca got her attack first here. In this case, you wanna slash the guy on the bottom right. So this is the way this fight should normally go. If Luca gets her fire first, you do that, and then you wanna wait for Luca here and do fire on the guy on the left. Just fire here, and then with Frog, X-strike the guy on the right. Easy peasy. So I show you both methods if Luca gets her fire before Chrono and if Chrono gets her fire before his slash before Luca. Those are the both methods. If you want to do the sort of backup method, which is really not necessary for this, you can do Chrono slash for a crit. He's almost always gonna crit. If he doesn't crit, you can use Chrono slash for a crit, Chrono slash that kills, and Luca fire. So you want to kill 2 with Chrono slash and frog crits, and you want to kill the other 2 with Luca fires. You want to make sure you grab the speed bolt, and you go to the left. And this fight actually, okay, so I'm just gonna show you. This fight actually triggers if you turn up. The fight triggers. You can skip it, yeah, but the fight triggers. If you turn down, if you look up or down, the fight triggers. Like I'm just gonna hold diagonal. I'm just gonna hold. Come on, I'm just gonna show people. Come on. Then you're just gonna turn down. That's like the fight trigger. So you just wanna make sure you're not looking up. So just hold like upright or something. Sorry. So just hold upright. Come on. Upright or something. You know. You can also do it from the other side. So it's up to you. Not gonna lie. Just make sure you don't look up. And then the Aussie fight. Pretty simple fight. Just make sure you don't hit him. And there's also a way to check for the RNG here. If you hit for 119 on the last lever, you're gonna be on the right RNG. So these first attacks don't really matter. You'll usually always get the same pattern. Depending on which strats you did before, you might or might not get that first crit. But it doesn't really matter. You usually get 124 here, 125 on the next one, and then 119 on the last one. So depending on what you hit on the last one is the RNG you're at. You're usually gonna hit either 119 or 118. 119 is the optimal Magus strat, the one I'm gonna show in this tutorial. There's a 118 strat, and that's noted on the wiki notes. So if you hit 118, you might want to follow that strat. Not gonna go through it because 119 is what you usually get if you keep the RNG. But there's also a backup if you hit 118. Also, if you're not sure of doing 118 and you want to do the 119, the optimal Magus, you can do a reload. I'm actually gonna let you know how much that reload is. And where's my route? So yeah, that reload is 2.2 to 2.4 seconds. So if you're not sure of your RNG, you hit like another number, you hit 118, but you want to do the optimal Magus fight, which I wouldn't recommend because this load's kind of hard to hit. But yeah, if you want to do it, you just want to make a save here, and then you want to reload, and you want to do 2.2 to 2.4 seconds. And that's actually gonna get you the RNG for the optimal Magus fight. So 2.2 to 2.4. But you want to make sure you go into Magus with some sort of RNG manip, be it 118 or be it 119. Because if you go into Magus with no RNG manip, then he's gonna go crazy on his barriers, and you might get water barriers, you might get fire barriers, which we're not gonna have any water or fire characters in our team for the fight. We only have Chrono with lightning and Robo with shadow, so we wanna make sure we get the right barriers. That's why we have the 119 strat, which is also the reload strat, and we have the 118 strat. We have both. So, okay, we beat Aussie, put Robo on your team, and start heading up towards Magus. If you got hit during any of the past fights, you want to make sure you shelter before this fight. So if you got hit, took any damage from the guillotines or whatever, you want to make sure you shelter before this fight. That's really important. Please don't forget that. If you took any sort of damage, shelter before this fight. You can be on the right RNG and have taken damage. But if you took any damage, make sure you shelter. You can mid tonic, but I would just recommend doing the shelter, not gonna lie. And we have Magus now. Magus fight used to be, I remember when I first started watching this game. Before like 2013. This fight used to be like make or break, you know? This fight used to be the fight. Until RNG manip was implemented for it. And you know, we used to do an ult strat which would give us lightning, shadow, and we would get through it nicely. And this strat now gives us shadow, lightning, and it's a little bit faster. I'm gonna pause before the Magus fight starts. I just want to talk about something for this fight. I just want to talk about something here. This fight can get a little bit technical. The thing about this fight is, once you get past the first part, once you get past his first phase. So his first phase is when he starts doing all the barriers at you, and his second phase is when he starts charging dark matter. Because we have the unequipped glitch, we're not gonna get hit by much from his dark matter. We're gonna get hit for very minimal damage. Very minimal damage. So it doesn't matter. What we wanna do is we wanna make sure we don't make any mistakes. And once he starts charging dark matter, if a mistake is made, then it doesn't matter. If a mistake is made after Magus charges dark matter, you can just keep spamming attacks. You can keep spamming frog attacks, chrono slashes, and robo attacks or rocket punch, and you will kill him pretty quickly. So I would just recommend that if after Magus charges dark matter you mess up, you want to make sure you do a frog crit, chrono slash, and robo rocket punches, just to be, just to go through it. If you get hit by 2 dark matters, it's fine. We usually only get hit by 1, but you're not gonna die. We're unequipped. We're gonna take very little damage from him. So let's go Magus. So we're gonna hold X, Chrono's gonna attack, and we're gonna get Shadow. Gonna make sure we keep holding X through this. So frog attacks. Then we're gonna wait for Magus to attack us, and we're gonna do rocket roll with Chrono. He does Geyser, and we do rocket roll with Chrono. The notes on my the boss patterns on my guide are color coded, so you know who has to do it. It's not vital for Chrono to do it, but it's kind of neat. Gonna get Shadow Barrier, and you want to make sure you hold X. The frog's gonna crit. Frog crits. Magus is gonna hit frog first, and then we're gonna do rocket roll. So just as soon as Robo gets his turn, you wanna make sure you rocket roll, and you wanna attack with frog. His attack is not gonna go through until after Magus uses lightning. I mean the lightning barrier, because this is like a counter and it's super fast. The frog's gonna attack, and then here we're gonna wait a little bit here. We're gonna wait for him to attack us, and we're gonna do Robo Metonic Frog, Chrono Lightning, and Frog attack. So in this order: Robo Metonic Frog, Chrono Lightning, Frog attack. So he heals Frog, Chrono attacks, then he's gonna counter of course, and then Frog's gonna attack. We need to wait for Magus to attack Frog. And here we wanna slash. And this is when the fight starts getting a little bit harder. After this, we wanna make sure we get back to Chrono Slash pretty fast, okay? So we need to just wait a little bit. Make sure you do to Chrono Slash, Frog crit, and then Robo Meat Eater's Chrono. And then you're gonna mash A, so Chrono gets his second slash out. And we're gonna just wait a little bit. And here we're gonna wait, so here we need to do Frog crit, but we're gonna wait for Chrono's menu. So Frog crit, and then Chrono Slash at the same time. And then we're same here, we wanna do Chrono Slash and wait for the Frog crit. So Chrono Slash, Frog crit on the same part. We're gonna position our cursor here with Robo. We're not gonna attack until Frog almost has his turn. So not fully he has his turn, but like that. And then Chrono Slash, and then just hold X. If Frog gets this crit in, that means you're still following the pattern correctly. If you're a little bit behind, because you weren't so fast with your slashes and whatnot, you can always just keep spamming Chrono Slash, Frog crits, and Robo Rocket Punches, and you'll get through this no problem. So after this Dark Matter, you want to make sure you mash A right now for a Chrono Slash. Then you want to hold X. I know it's going to look like Robo's going to attack, but he's not. Just hold X, Frog's going to attack. You want to make sure to do Chrono Slash here. So fast Chrono Slash. He's going to start charging Dark Matter right now. Now we want to wait for the Chrono to have his slash right now. So wait a little bit, Chrono Slash, and then Robo attack. And then Chrono Slash for a crit. And then you're gonna position Robo on his cursor until Frog almost has his turn, like the first time. So like that, and Chrono Lightning, Frog attack. If for whatever reason you get an extra Dark Matter, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you do this, then you're gonna get through the fight correctly. That's it. Pretty easy fight. If for whatever reason you get extra Dark Matter, Frog's actually gonna die. So before you do any extra attacks, you might as well want to revive him and then just do an extra attack to finish him up. But yeah, as I said, this fight, after when he started charging Dark Matter, it's not gonna be so bad. Chrono and Robo take like 30 damage from his Dark Matters, and Frog takes 60 because he only has one piston equipped. It's pretty easy. You wanna see the full fight in full speed, you know, you can turn into my PB. I think the world record also has this strat, so... I'm just not sure, because we've... This is the interesting thing. This game's like 22 years now, 1995, and new strats and new things keep being found for this game, so I just have a hard time keeping track. Like, does the world record, because the world record is from December last year, have this strat, or this is strats like new? And it's actually hard because there's so many new things being developed. This community, it's amazing. Keep finding new stuff and also great people. That's amazing, not gonna lie. So yeah, we've been Magus. So we got through Magus Castle. One of the hardest parts of the run. Once you master this, you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna only have one big hurdle ahead of you, and that's Sunken Desert. But we're not gonna get to that until part 4 of the tutorial. Right now, we're gonna focus on getting through Tyranno Lair. Tyranno Lair can be tough. It can be tough, not gonna lie. But you know, I'm gonna show you everything. How to get through it nicely. I'm just gonna show you the splits, you know. Flash, Magus, Black Tyranno. That's just the way I have them noted. People also have Flea and then Magus and then the Tyranno. So I mean, you can do whatever you want with your splits. This is just what I do. You actually don't need to press any text during this cutscene, so if you have to go to the bathroom, you have like a minute right now during that cutscene. The text advances automatically. That and Flea are the only big bathroom breaks we get. Flea is also like a minute and 5 seconds. A little bit longer, but if you return late to Flea, then you risk ruining the fight. So yeah, just measure text here. And now we're gonna go to Tyranno Lair. First we need to get through Dactyl's Nest though. Before that we need to do a fade out. So there's Kino, the worst character in the game. Hey Kino. He managed to get himself caught. But yeah. Gonna go here first to the lower ruins. We're gonna talk to the kid first. And then we're gonna do a fade out. It's a pretty long fade out. You wanna try to do start and B fade outs if you can. I'm not gonna do them, you know, as I've been explaining, it's kind of hard on emulator getting used to the timing. But I mean, you can for sure practice them and get used to it. I'm used to console and the input delay is just messing me up. I'm not doing the so optimal fade outs. You just go until the cutscene takes you out. That means you got it. We don't want to see Ada talking to the chief. Sorry. So yeah. Into the Dactyl's Nest. Figure the fight and run away from this one. Run away. Run away from this one as well. Oh, make sure you run away, sorry. That's fine. And then you want to make sure you grab the mid ether. And you head back. Then you want to go like, yeah, that's just a safety way, just get through him. And there's 2 actually pixel perfect skips coming up. There's a couple of ways of setting them up. If you want to see different methods, you can actually check Magus's YouTube. and he actually has two different setups. I mean, that's a different setup for the first one of this skips, but I'm just gonna show you the setups I use. So what I do is I basically hold upright, and then I just hold up here. So I just like ride the wall on the right, you know, just ride it. Then I go down a little bit, and then you need to move 2 pixels to the left. So how do you know how many pixels you're moving? Well, that's 1 pixel. That's 1 pixel. That will be perfect for my skips. That's 1 pixel. That's 2 pixels. So as you see, I made the same tap, but as I explained with the bird skip, when you tap in this game, you can get either 1 or 2 pixels randomly. You want to make sure you know how many pixels you're getting. Oh yeah, 2, 1. So you know, just try it out, feel it for yourself. This is just what I use. Just go up, go a little bit down. That's 2 pixels, perfect. You need to move 2 pixels to the left in order to get this skip. Okay, that's 2. Okay, pretty easy. You can try it yourself. But yeah, you can see like 1 pixel, 1 pixel. You can see the difference. 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 2 pixels. So yeah, you can just like try it out yourself. You want to make sure you grab the mesomail right there. And you want to make sure, I don't know if you can see, but there's like sort of a heart right here. I'm gonna trigger the fight. Oh, I'm gonna trigger the fight on purpose. But yeah, there's like a sort of heart here with the green greener grass, dark green grass. And then on the side right here, there's a little square. So you can see how Chrono's foot is getting closer. There's like a little 90-degree angle like this. You want to make sure Chrono's toe is touching the grass. I mean, it's touching the greener grass, like the edge of the square. So that works. That's the pixel you need. You can see it right here. You just hold up, you're gonna get it. Pixel perfect, okay? So just get onto that pixel I showed you. And you can, you can get into it in any, in any part of the y-axis, but I usually like to do that square because Chrono's like toe is like right on the line. So it's just a perfect visual cue for you to get it. Hold up. Pretty nice. And you're just gonna hold up right, and you're gonna talk to Ayla. Oh! I would not allow to meet Dynamite alone. Oh no. Yeah, we got the skips. The skips are one of the hardest parts. If you miss the skips, you can load actually outside Tyranno lair, but I wouldn't recommend doing this backup load outside Tyranno lair. I would recommend doing the backup load inside Tyranno lair. Just for safety matters. You want to put Marl in your team right here. Hold right, and then you're just gonna go down. And you're gonna get here. Tyranno lair. Oh boy. As I said, there's a backup load here. If you want to load here, you can load between 1.5 and 2.1. The thing is, if you're not on the red RNG here, there's another save that's closer to where you need, closer to the Black Tyranno fight that also has a backup. But if you feel comfortable enough that you're not gonna mess anything up in Tyranno lair, then you can load here 1.5 to 2.1. If not, you can load inside. There's no big deal. You want to run up here, run right. Like this, and then you want to open your menu here, and this is actually the biggest menu in the game, so pay attention. You can also find it in the wiki, in my notes, you can just find the menu there. I'm just gonna go through it 2 times, so I'm just gonna make the saves. So first enough, Chrono Power Scarf, Ayla Power Glove, Marl Magic Scarf. We go back to Ayla and we give her the Miso Mail, and we unequip Marl. We put the Bronze Mail on Frog. We give the Hide Tunic and the Bronze Helm on Robo. We go back to Frog and we unequip Marl. We go to Chrono, we give him the Ruby Vest, and we go to Luca and we give her the Speed Belt. Just gonna do it one more time. So first we give the Power Scarf on Chrono. Ayla gets the Power Glove. Marl gets the magic scarf, Ayla gets the miso mail, and Marl gets unequipped. Frog gets the bronze mail, Robo gets the high tunic and the bronze helm. You go back to Frog and you unequip Marl. Chrono gets the ruby vest and Luca gets the speed build. Okay? So if you have any more questions, I mean you can also see it in the notes. I'm like doing the exact menu that's there. You want to make sure you run away from this fight. So just enter the menu. You want to make sure to put Chrono on Cyclone, okay? So you want to make sure to put Chrono on Cyclone. You can 3 fights here where you run away, where you can put Chrono in Cyclone. Just make sure you put him in Cyclone. It's gonna make your life easier. Trust me. See, he's in Cyclone now. Because I already used Cyclone during the past fight. That's all we need. Hold on, right. Thanks for bringing the main curse. The apes! Run away again. I'm gonna save Kino. Kino sucks, by the way. And we're gonna get going. Okay. Tyranno. There's a lot of fights in Tyranno, so I'm gonna try and explain where most of the fights are and how to skip them. You can just follow my movement though, and you won't get into any. There's no fights here though. I mean, aside from the other guys. I got stuck behind Kino. You should normally not get stuck behind Kino. Let me just show you. That was my fault. Input delay. Keep on. No. Get behind him. I just got ahead of him. You can actually get ahead of him here, so just he opens it and just hold up. For this next room, you want to make sure you hold down left. Just hold down left. Touch the switch. And for this next area, you want to make sure you walk left and then run right. So just go out, walk left, and just run right. Okay? If you just run right, you're gonna see the difference. Bam, you triggered the fight. So just walk left a little bit and run right. No biggie. And just hold up left through all of this room. Just hold up left. You can start holding left after you get like through this thing. You can just hold left and up. Okay? So again, walk a little bit and run. Then just hold up left. So you get to like this little part and just hold left and up. Easy. Now, for this part, you want to make sure you hold right and up. So you want to right this wall basically. Do you get through here? Then you want to go down. Oh, sorry. I missed my visual cue. My bad. You want to hold up right here. Then you want to... You can see how there's like some black markings here on the floor. Like there's like a black line. There's like black line and then space with another colors and then just a black line. You can run through here freely. There's no fights that will trigger here. Then you can just run up. I'm just gonna show you a little bit faster. Like, go here, go down. Try to stay on the line here that I'm right now. Go up. Touch the right switch. Up. Touch the right switch. Go in the mouth. Open the door. For here, if you feel comfortable with it, you can just buffer down left and just hold left when you get to the line. So I'm just gonna hold down left when you get on the line. Do this. And you wanna enter this door. Even if you're not on the right RNG, you still wanna do this, okay? Just touch here, and you wanna mash A. So mash A, Chrono's gonna get his Cyclone out, and Ayla's gonna attack. That's what you're gonna do. Chrono Cyclone, Ayla attack. Even if you're not on the right RNG. And that's the first fight. Now you want to get into the room. If you are on the right RNG, you don't need to do what I'm gonna do next. If you're not on the right RNG, you wanna make sure to go here, save, and reload. And then when you reload, you wanna do what's known as a backup, as a bright load, sorry. What does a bright load mean? I'm just gonna show you what a bright load means. As soon as you see the screen pop bright, you press A. Okay? So that's what a bright load means. As soon as the screen turns bright, press A. There's like a 0.5 second window. You're not gonna miss it. That's only if you miss the backup. And then after you do the reload, you do this just as a normal route would do. Should be fade out this button. And then at the end of the fade, oh my god, I missed it. If you missed it, that's fine. You're just gonna have to do an extra fight basically, and probably do the backup load, because the backup load includes the extra fight. So the backup load includes an extra fight. By doing the load itself, you're not gonna get the right RNG. You have to do the load and the fight. So just do the fade outs, and when you're approaching the end, make sure Ayla gets Berserker. That's all we need to do. And then for this next part, this fight might seem easy, but you need to mash A pretty hard, because if Ayla's pretty fast as well, and she might get her turn if you don't mash fast enough. That's gonna screw everything up. And then Ayla's gonna crit. If you did the reload, Ayla might not crit. And that's fine. You're still on the right RNG. If you didn't do a reload, you're gonna get the crit here for 378 always. Okay? So just keep that in mind. If you did the reload, you might not get the crit, but you're still gonna be on the right RNG. And you're gonna see that Chrono's learning Spin Cut. We're learning Ice Sword as well. That's what we wanna learn. If you didn't learn this because you died in any extra places or whatever, you wanna make sure to do an extra fight. And until you learn Spin Cut and Ice Sword, that's what we need. Go here. And this next area is kind of simple. You want to buffer down right. Go up here. Oh. Delay. Down right. Up right. I mean, you will have to sort of play like where the fights are. I mean, I can show you. Hold on right. The fight's around here. Yeah. Fights around there. So I just want to hold down right for a little bit. And once you get between, like, on the second window, you can see the second window. On the background, you can just hold up right and then just hold right, basically. And then you can just hold up right after you leave here. So you enter the room. So I'm just gonna do it fast here. This, and then just hold up right here. Enter. If you're feeling bold, you can do what I'm gonna do right now. So you're gonna open the mouth, get the full ether, trigger this. Then you're gonna... So if you trigger the switch, it's fine. But if you don't trigger the switch, just wanna like line up here. Just hold down, so you don't touch any of these switches. If you want to touch the switch, that's easier, because on the way out you can just hold down here. So you can do whichever you really want. And this next skip is called Megasaur skip. You have 4 pixels to do it. I'm pretty sure this is the first pixel that works. No, that's not the first pixel that works. That's the first pixel that works. So the way I set it up, okay, this is gonna be hard to explain. I'm gonna actually show the mouse right now. So window capture 6 properties. Am I showing the cursor? Okay. Cool. So the way I do it is I see this. So I see, oh come on girls. I see this black thing right here, like this thing. This mark on the floor, and then I try to line Chrono's foot almost touching it, so like right there. That would be a good pixel. I just hold up here. Okay, that wouldn't be a good pixel. Pepperonis, sorry. It's a little bit more. So you want to have Chrono's right foot touching the edge. So that would be a good pixel. You know, there's 4 pixels that work. You can just play with them and need to find them all. You can just like, that's 1 pixel that works. Pixel that works. But yeah, I use this thing right here as reference, and I try to get Chrono's like the edge of his foot. Come on, the edge of his foot sort of lined up. I'm already past it, so that might not work. But just like Try to get it like sort of lined up. Like that, just lined up. You know, lined up, and that will perfectly work. Then you can just hold up, run up, and you're gonna skip the fight. So I'm just gonna, let me remove the cursor. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit harder to explain, but yeah. What I want to do is I basically want to line up Chrono there. There's a 4 pixel window, so you just want to try which ones are the ones you're gonna go for. I always go for Chrono touching the edge of the black square, the black rectangle, sorry, and 1 pixel before. Those are the 2 pixels I usually aim for. And then we're gonna go to PT. BT, how do I explain BT? Annoying. That's how you explain BT. Overly annoying boss. So for this boss, I'm just getting ready my notes here. Also, I would recommend you to open the notes. There's a lot of attacks here. There's a peculiarity about this boss. Likewise, like Massa, you have to input your attacks during animations. If you're too late inputting your attacks, you're gonna mess up the RNG. You have to do your attacks, your heals, your everything during the animations, fast. If like Ayla stops attacking and is coming back and you input your attack there, bam, RNG is messed up. So, we're gonna fight. We're at the first part, we are always gonna attack Asala. Ayla with her Berserker is gonna sometimes attack Black Tyranno, but we are always gonna target Asala. Okay? Just remember Chrono's on Cyclone right now. You are gonna do a slash as your first attack. So Ayla's gonna attack and then Chrono's gonna slash Asala. So slash Asala. Ayla's gonna crit. And we're gonna wait until BT fires us. Once he fires, we're gonna go down to Ice Sword and do it on Asala. During animations, guys. Please keep it in mind. Fast during animations. You might have to practice this, but it's during animations. You're gonna Psychokinesis Chrono. And then Ayla's gonna attack and Chrono's gonna slash. So, Chrono slashes Asala. Just remember that Black Tyranno is usually the default target. You have to move to target Asala. He's gonna fire Marl. He's gonna rock Marl now. Now Ayla attacks and we're gonna do an Ice Sword. So Ayla's gonna attack. Do an Ice Sword. Fast. And now Ayla's gonna attack and we're gonna mid-tonic Marl. Okay? So fast as well. Down, mid-tonic Marl. Fast. This might need to require a little bit of practice, but it has to be fast. It's gonna absorb Marl. It's gonna attack Chrono with a rock. Then he's gonna do... Ayla's gonna attack and we're gonna do an Ice Sword. Our attacks are always on Asala, okay? Always on Asala. Ayla might hit any of the... both, like any of the 2, but we're only gonna do Asala. Yeah. Now we're gonna wait until the fire here. And then we're gonna do the Ice Sword on Asala as well. And here Asala's gonna die. We're gonna get the Asala break. We're good. He breaks. And then the easy part of the fight starts. So Ayla attacks. Ayla attacks and Chrono mid-tonics Chrono. Fast. Chrono's already on mid-tonic, so you can just mash it. Ayla attacks. Ayla crits. And then his defense is gonna go down and Ayla's gonna crit. And right now we're just gonna do the Ice Sword. So Ayla crits Ice Sword. And here you just wanna make sure you input your attacks during animation fast enough. That's all you need to do. And you're always gonna beat this fight if you just follow the script. So Ayla attacks and then Ayla attacks Ice Sword with Marl. Marl's already on Ice Sword, so we just need to take advantage of that right now. Ice Sword. Now, after this, you can see Chrono's MP is getting low. Ayla's gonna attack, and Chrono's gonna mid-ether himself. Just mid-ether himself. And now Ayla's gonna crit, and we're gonna use Ice Sword with Chrono, okay? With Chrono. This one's, I think, one of the hardest inputs. We have kind of a little bit of time because of the crit, but we have to input it with Chrono, just to make sure Chrono gets back into his tech menu. Then Ayla's gonna attack here, and we're gonna have a very short window, but we should be able to get an Ice Sword here. If we don't get the Ice Sword in, then you wanna make sure you heal, because you're gonna get fire attack twice by Tyranno. If you get this Ice Sword in, that means you're doing perfectly fine. And yeah, that ends there. That's the first phase, fire. If you didn't get that Ice Sword in, I recommend you to heal up and keep doing Ice Swords and attacks, but you're gonna get fired again. That's the only thing, and you're gonna have to do like an extra cycle. But it shouldn't happen if you're following the script. It's not gonna happen if you're following the script. Okay, so he's gonna fire. Marl's gonna die. Ayla attacks, and then Ayla crits, and Chrono revives Marl. So revives Marl. Ayla's gonna attack twice. One. And then Chrono's gonna get absorbed, and we're gonna do a slash. So we're gonna do a slash while he's getting absorbed. And Marl's gonna revive him. Just to set Chrono to slash. Ayla's gonna crit. Ayla's gonna attack twice. Ayla's gonna crit, and then he's gonna remove his defense, and we're gonna start doing the Ice Swords now. So crit Ice Sword. And then she's gonna crit single once. Just by herself. And then we're gonna do crit Ice Sword again. This is fine, he's gonna do his 4 in between your crit and the Ice Sword, that's fine. That's what always happens. And then we're gonna Ayla crit, Chrono attack. And then Ayla attack Ice Sword. So yeah, you can see this fight can be a little bit like... I have to read the script, not gonna lie. I don't know it by memory right now. But yeah. A little bit like, it's a really easy fight, but just have to be like fast with your inputs and you gotta remember what to do. And then Ayla attack, and then Ayla attack Ice Sword. And that's dumb fight. So yeah, you have this to rewatch. I'm pretty sure my PB did it perfectly. You can also check like world record or something that has this fight. You beat Black Tyranno. It's pretty easy, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you make a mistake like inputting too slow, or you misread the script, it happens. Because there's just so many attacks that you might think, oh, I don't need to slash here, I need to slash until the next attack. No, wait, it's right now, and you might just get confused. It can happen, so I just recommend practicing a little bit. Sort of memorizing the order of your attacks, like it's Cyclone Slash, you know, you can move between Cyclone Slash, then you have an extra attack, you have the extra, you have the... I mean, not the extra, you have the Ice Sword, and you have the roller kick, whatever you have. Sort of memorize your stuff a little bit. But yeah, not hard fight. Tight on some inputs, yes. But I mean, should get it with some practice. Even if you mess it up, like, as I said, if you messed it up, what you want to do is you want to make sure Chrono and Ayla are over 300 HP. I mean, I don't think Chrono has 300 HP. Just Chrono Max and Ayla over 300, because Chrono has the Ruby best. And then you want to just keep doing Ice Swords, and Ayla's gonna keep attacking. And then you want to make sure you revive and you heal up. You're gonna have to do an extra cycle, but yeah, that's not a big deal. Now we're on the Red and White split. And the Red and White split is one of the hardest splits in the game. We're actually gonna get to Sunken Desert right now. We're gonna explain what we need to get to Sunken Desert, the things we need to do, and part 4 of the tutorial will be the one that we'll cover Sunken Desert and Lava Shell. The 2 hardest parts of the game. Yeah, right now we just keep watching the cutscenes and just keep mashing A. Basically. And then we're gonna go to Antiquity, or 12,000 BC. Kingdom of Seal. Kingdom of Great Music. Not the best music, but great music. My favorite song is Secret of the Forest, so fight me. Huge Secret of the Forest fan myself. You wanna hold up here and hold A. Just like the pillars, you can hold A on the overworld to enter the places. Go out. And during the skyways, you want to equip Ayla with Power Glow. During one of the first two skyways, not during the skyways on the Kingdom of Steel, but during this one's on the Snow World, just because of less lag. So you're gonna do this. Ayla's gonna have moved to player 3. That's fine. She moved there by herself, and we're gonna give her the Power Glow. So you see our team changed. The game changed our team, and we're actually gonna keep it this way. Chrono Ayla Marl. I mean Chrono Marl Ayla, sorry. But yeah, if you can equip the Power Glove during any of these skyways. I mean, you can equip it during any place you want, but you want to equip it just for less lag during these skyways. This one would be your last option before you start actually losing time in the next ones. Ayla already has a Power Glove. Enter the cave. Take the first skyway. And enter the Seal Palace, baby. Make sure not to heal on the floor. We don't want to heal, we want to die, so... Yes. We like plants, and then secretly plant it. You want to make sure you close both text boxes before you enter the next room. If you don't close the text boxes before you enter this room, then it's not going to remember the lady's choice. And you're not going to have the Sunken Desert. And the only way to get back here, or back into Seal to plant the seed again, is to take the epoch. I'm pretty sure, because the palace is going to be locked. And yeah, it's over basically. You have to tell her to plant the seed so we can have the Sunken Desert side quest. So yeah, first enter Shala's room. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Exit her room and go into the middle so you can see what happens with the pendant. You have to enter here first. You can't charge the pendant before watching this cutscene. You want to go through the room on the left. No, there's a lot of nodes here, which is really nice. Power the pendant. Exit. Just go up again. Now we're gonna do the golem fight. During the golem fight, we actually wanna die as fast as possible. So we're just gonna die. Yeah, we actually wanna die. He's gonna do the iron ore first. You wanna make sure Chrono slash after. And you wanna input Ayla drill kick once you get hit. So he's gonna hit us. Right there. Make sure to do Ayla drill kick. And then you wanna make sure to do Marl Ice. And Chrono spin cut. Oh come on, there we are. Just to set them to just to set Ayla to drill kick, Marl to ice, and Chrono to spin cut for the next fight. For the Sunken Desert. It's really important for you to set them, so please keep in mind you have to do that. It's gonna make things easier. And Sunken Desert is a hard area, so anything to make it easier, it's really nice. So yeah, once you do that, you have to just watch the cutscene. And we have to go get the swallow, basically. With a little fade out. And getting the swallow, it's like a 1 minute, like, out of the way. But swallow's really nice. It's gonna, like, almost give us, like, double the attack of the slasher. It's also gonna give us +3 speed on Chrono, which is very, very nice. So, yes, we've tested swallowless and tried different things, but well, I don't want to say we Chrono Kirby test and time some swallowless stuff, and it all came back lower. So yeah, that's why we actually use the swallow, even though it's like a minute out of the way, maybe a little, like a minute and a half or so. A very good weapon that we're gonna need. Please forgive me. Well, we're not gonna see Shala again, so... I don't know what happens to her. I don't forgive you. Nah, just kidding. Forgive and forget, baby. Forgive and forget. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna go all the way here. We used to go all the way here. I mean, not here, but to Arizona to open the engraved door and get like the gold star and a couple of other things. A gold earring, sorry, in order to beat Lavo Shell. But now we don't need to do anything of that. We just need to get the swallow or Sunken Desert, not shell. So yeah, we're gonna go here. Gonna take our dactyls. Just hold left, station them here, and just go through here. You don't need to trigger any fights here. Just give this fight. Swap. And go into the portal. Sir. Jump. And then we want to make sure we go to Marina to get the swallow. And during here we're actually gonna have to do a fade out. There's a cutscene that plays when you destroy like the barrier with the pendant. We don't want to see that cutscene, it's actually pretty long. We just want to fade it out. Do your fade out here. I mean, I recommend doing start plus Bs as I've been saying. Just do your fades. Oh well, you can just go out. If you want to get a backup mid-ether, this one's a pretty good one to get. Just get it. I usually always get it, even though you normally don't need it. Because if you mess up Retinite, you might have to use a couple extra mid-ether just in case. But yeah, you usually won't need it. After this, you want to make sure you go down and you trigger Resonance. And you go back to the end of time. And now we're actually gonna head back to 600 AD. Go here. Just scan it. And we're gonna have to do the last bird skip. So the good thing about this bird skip, and I'm gonna say it right now, if you miss this bird skip, you don't have to do a reload for Sunken Desert. So, I mean, you always want to go for it. You save more time like getting it than not getting it. But if you fail it and you run away from the fight, you don't have to do a reload for Sunken Desert, okay? Fail. Always try to get it, it's faster. Yeah, this is like the not the worst to miss because you don't have to reload for Sunken Desert if you do. Let's get over here. Over here. And then you want to do this quick menu right here. You're gonna do Swallow on Chrono. Unequip Chrono's armor, so go tomorrow. Unequip Chrono's armor. Shelter. Battle speed 2. Battle speed 2. And then save. And reload. And we're gonna do a bright load. So as soon as we see the screen go bright, we are gonna press A. It's like 0.1 to 0.6 seconds. So it's like you have a 0.5 second window. So just press A when the screen goes bright. That means you got it. And that's it. That's actually Sunken Desert next. So this was part 3 of the Chrono Trigger tutorial. We went all the way from before Magus Castle. We beat Magus Castle, we beat Tyranno. There are 2 pretty heavy movement areas, heavy boss areas, pretty nicely. And then we are gonna be waiting for part 4 to come out. And part 4 is gonna feature Sunken Desert and Lava Shell, which is the end of the game. So far in time-wise, we did all the way from around the 130-minute time mark, 125-minute time mark, to around the 214-minute time mark. So we did around 15 minutes of like 15 minutes of in-game run in this part of the tutorial, which is really nice. Again, I'm just gonna plug this in. The notes and the strategies and everything, chrono.wiki.com, there's everything there. There's also the link to the Discord server. You can join the Discord. Everybody's welcome and just ask questions. You can also ask me personally, you know, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, whatever you want. But if you might want to ask in the Discord, since there's just so many people in the Discord, so many people that know about this game that might be able to answer you before or faster, basically. And everybody's gonna answer you in a friendly manner. The community is great. I recommend you stick with it. Keep waiting for part 4, and I'll release it as soon as possible. If this is already on YouTube, then you can just click below and see part 4. You know, keep learning the game. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and you know, have a good day.